So, as I've mentioned multiple times on this channel, I am a scientist. Um, got a degree in everything to show for it. Um, but yeah, I love researching, and I love applying that research to a lot of designs that I'm working on. And so I'm always looking for new stuff to learn, new stuff to apply to a bunch of new stuff. Um, but this, I was just scrolling and I came across a doctor, and he was explaining something, and there was really nothing that I could apply to it other than there was really nothing that this information that I learned that I could apply to anything really. I mean, obviously there are some products that I could create, but we'll get into that. But it kind of just left me feeling a little empty. And so, did a minute pass? Or a minute passed. I'm just trying to be safe here with this age restriction. Um, Matter of fuck shit. Just get it out the way. I feel like it's better to be age restricted. Um, but I was just I was online, and I came across a doctor. And he was talking about how if you walk around naked, or you walk around with underwear that's too loose, you can fuck up your nuts. And what I mean, obviously this is something that I knew in the back of my head, but I never, it's kind of a sad thought to think about. When you walk around with loose underwear or you're naked, your nuts, and your nut sack's not, because when you're cold, your nut sack shrivels up, and it's really close to the sack. But let's say you're free balling, it's summer, hot as shit in your house, and you're just like, fuck, gotta take this underwear off, or let me put the boxes on, the little flowy johns, and your nuts is hanging, and they wobbling to and fro. And I've always known this, but I never really wanted to look that fact in the face because it's really sad. But when you're wearing loose underwear, or you're just butt ass naked, and your sack is like full hang, there's really nothing supporting your actual testes, right? They're just hanging from the whatever cords, the epididymis, just hanging from all these cords, and that's the only thing supporting it. Like, if you don't have underwear supporting it, and you're just let's just I keep saying loose underwear or naked. Let's just say you're free balling, hot as fuck, and your nutsack is on full. It's that shit is just full expanded, right? At that point, it doesn't really support your nuts. Your nuts are kind of just hanging. That's what I learned, and I knew this fact, and hearing it out, the actual, from an actual doctor, and coming to terms with this, it's really fucking sad, man. We've evolved so fucking much, and I mean, shit. There's a bunch of shit that I can talk about, but like our teeth still like. I guess there was a point where we were just like, yo, we need to figure out a way, like somewhere in our evolutionary line, we're like, yo, let's just start using this shit called toothpaste because our teeth are rotting, and we never gave ourselves enough time to evolve to the point where our teeth, the our teeth were just like, oh, we're a little more resilient now. And I feel like that's kind of what we did with our nuts. Um, they kind of just hang. Like, you're telling me that I need underwear to live. And I mean, in society, right? I mean, yeah, you're always gonna have to wear underwear. You're always gonna have to wear pants. Oh, you're not always gonna have to wear underwear, but you have to wear something to cover your fucking dick and balls and nuts and crack and balls and dick and butt. Um, and it's kind of a sad reality because I was always thinking like, oh, you know, when I finally settle down, and I'm just gonna be walking around the house in a robe, no fucking underwear, because this is my house, and I'm gonna be fucking true to nature, just fucking only thing I'm gonna have on is a fucking robe. And then it hit me, that reality, like, damn, I'm really gonna have to be putting on the Hanes every day if I don't want my fucking nuts to just be hanging in fucking in free fall. Cause apparently the nuts that we fucking adapted just don't even fucking hold them right. And I'm sure there's a reason for it, or maybe there's not a fucking reason, and the world just fucking hates us. But be careful. And you know what? Nuts. nuts are a little fucking bitch, right? You wear too tight underwear. You wear that shit with the super support, and you gonna inflame something. You can't win, man. I had epididymitis, epididym. I forgot what the shit's called. Epididymis, epididymitis, whatever the fuck it is. It's when you fuck something like fucking T-Pain on the alcohol. You know, your epididymis is a tube in the back of your nutsack, and I had that shit. And every time I would walk, and those shits would fucking hang, pain, straight fucking pain to my fucking nuts. And then you would wear tight underwear, but that constricting was also fucking. I was fucking taking tick damage. You know, you can't. And I was having this conversation with my uncle because he was bringing it up. He's oh, I got these ones that just support, just like made for your nuts. And there was a conversation going on where the women were like, "Why do you need that?" And at that point, I just felt it so vividly. I don't normally butt into conversations, but at that point, I just felt like I needed to talk about it. I'm like, when you have nuts, you can't win or lose. You can't be too loose. You can't be too tight. Um, and you can't, you can't even be fucking naked because I mean that's no better than being just loose underwear. And my right then and there, I saw the video. My fucking dreams that were shattered of just chilling in my living room in a fucking row with my balls dangling and my ass cheeks clapping. And a part of me died that day, but yeah, we really are flawed beings, and the nutsack, and the support of the nutsack is just one of the many things that just really drives that fucking nail um through my fucking brain that really lets me know that we truly are flawed, even in our own sense, right? Humans are not perfect. We are not perfect no matter what, but we are even more flawed because of the fact that our nuts just can't do the our fucking nutsack can't even do its fucking job and hold our fucking nuts. But yeah, I just really needed to get that off my chest, and I really just need to let y'all know underwear matters. Find the right underwear. If you find out, oh, these underwear are too tight, but I haven't really been having problems, find the right underwear for you before it becomes a problem. You know. Um. But yeah, take care of your nuts. You only get two. Um. And yeah, that's me out.